Vanakkam and welcome to Sparrow's Innovation. Sixth part of Arduino's tutorial. In this video we are going to see about digital inputs. Previous video we learned how to interface a switch to a digital input pin. In this video we are going to see about switch debounce logic. This video is presented to you by myself, Arun Balaji. In previous video we learned how to connect a switch to a Arduino. So in previous example, when the button is pressed, that means when a switch is closed, the LED will on, and when you release the switch, the LED is off. This is your previous example. In this video we are going to see about a different example. The concept is when you press the switch, the LED will on, and when you release the switch, the LED will stay on. It won't glow off. Okay, the LED will off only you press the switch again. So this is a same connection but different type of configuration. So for that, first we have to declare a global variable LED state equal to low. So this LED state is to store the output value. That means what is the output value you have to write for this LED. That we are going to save in this LED state. And again we have to configure your digital input pin. That means the pin connected to the switch and the output pin which is connected to the LED. So for configuring that we are using pin mode function. By using the pin mode function I am configuring input and output. Here I am using the pin number 6 for input, that means for switch, and 12 for LED. In the while loop I am going to check whether the switch is pressed or not. If the switch is pressed, I am going to toggle the LED state. So initially this LED state is low. The toggle is, or we are using a complement symbol here. So if you are using a complement symbol, if the LED state is 0, it will change to 1. If the LED state is 1, it will change again to 0. This is a complement symbol. So we are complementing the value in the variable LED state here. We are only complementing the values in the variable. Next I am going to give a delay 100 millisecond. I will explain why we are using delay in the next slides. And next we are going to write the LED value by using digital write 12 LED state. So whatever value in the LED state will be given as output. So by executing this we can see that I am giving the pin number 6 from the Arduino to the switch, and the pin number 12 from the Arduino to LED. So the same previous connection which we done in the previous example, only thing the program is vary. So now I am pressing the button. So if I press the button, the LED is on. I released and still it's on. When the LED will off only after I press the button again. So the LED will change its value only we press the switch. So here now I'm going to remove this delay from this function and check what will be the changes here. So by removing this delay, what will be the changes in the program. See here I upload the program, and when I press the button the LED is not staying on. So sometimes it is on, sometimes it's not staying back. So this is because the bouncing sequence of the switch and the program. So the switch debounce is in two types of switch debounce is there. One is mechanical debounce and another one is software debounce. So the mechanical debounce is based on the quality of the switch. The switch will have some springs. So due to the spring tension, the switch, when you after you release the button, the switch contact will be jump for 2 or 3 times. So the program will be executed 2 or 3 times more for one press of the switch. So that will be avoided by this delay. That's why I explained the program with a delay. And next one is software debounce. The software debounce is nothing but each line of program will be executed in few nanoseconds. So first the program from LED state to writing that as output will take a less than 100 nanosecond, and then come again to the first line of program, it will be executed in less than 100 nanosecond, and like that the program will be executed in few nanoseconds for each line of program. But when we press the button, that means when you press the switch, it will take at least 1 milliseconds to release the button. So within this 1 millisecond the program will be executed more than 10 times. So what will happen, if you the time taken to press the button and release will be less than 1 milliseconds, but for one press, what will happen, the LED state will be toggled to 0101 like that for more than 10 times. That means for one press your LED is changing to 10 or 12 number of variations. Okay, so that's why when I remove the delay, your program, your LED is not work properly based on our previous program. So this should be avoided only by a debouncing logic program. So here you can see by a flowchart I am explaining here. So when a button is pressed, the LED state will be changed to complement your LED value. So this cycle will be repeated and until still the button is pressed. So to create this debouncing logic, I am created a program. In this program, we are creating new variables like switch state and last switch state. So defaultly we are making this last switch state equal to low at initial value. The switch state will store the current switch state value, and the last switch state variable will store the last switch state value for the program. These two variables is used to avoid this program to be executed more number of times for single press. So same way I'm declaring the input pin and output pin, and first I'm going to check whether the switch is pressed, and if the switch is and I am storing the variable the value of the switch in the variable called reading. So the reading will hold the current switch state. Okay, so now we are going to check with the check whether the last switch state is not equal to reading. That means whether the last switch state is not equal to the current value. So for example, now I am taking this example as my switch is pressed. I am holding my switch. I am going to press my switch. So if I press the switch, the reading will be high. So the current reading is high, and the last switch state is low. So the condition is true now. It's not equal to the last state. So I am going to wait for a 10 millisecond delay. This is for avoid the high mechanical debounce. And next line I'm going to check whether the reading is not equal to switch state. Switch state defaultly it will be low, and now the reading value, that means the current switch state is high, so the current switch state is not equal to switch state. It's true. So the program will be executed inside the if statement. So inside the if statement, first we are going to store the current reading to the switch state. So now the current reading is high, so switch state is now changed to high. Okay, so switch state is now changed to high. Next I am going to check whether the switch state is high or not. So in our example, if the button is pressed only, the LED state should be change its value. So if this switch state is high, then complement the LED state. So here my switch state is now the switch state is high, so it will complement the LED state from low to high. So now my LED state is high, but only the variable value is changed, but we not write that value with the output. So I'm going to write the value to the output pin. So for that I'm going to use digital write 12 LED state, and the same way I am going to store the current switch state value to the last switch state value. So now the last switch state also high, the current switch state reading also high, and the switch state also high, and now the LED become converted from 0 to high. That means LED is now on. So the program is executed here in one single program is executed, one cycle is executed. So now my LED is on, but still I am pressing my switch, so still my current reading will be high. So the program is again come back to the first line of the program. It will read the switch state. So now my switch state reading is high. So in the next line of the program you can see if reading not equal to last state. So last switch state is also high, reading also high now when executing this line of program. So this condition is false, so the program will be the delay 10 will not be executed here. Then it will come to the next line of program if reading not equal to switch state. So at present reading is also high, switch state is also high. So this line is false, that means this if statement is false. So the entire if statement program will not be executed. So the toggle LED toggling will not happen here. So the now even though how many times how long you press the switch button, still the same LED will be on, the LED will not get off. Okay, now the example, take as example that you are releasing the switch button. So now the switch button is released. So what happened, the reading will be low. So again you can see, if the reading is low, the switch state, last switch state is high, the condition is false, in the delay function will work. The same way, reading is low and switch state is high, so in the end the program will be, the if statement program will be executed. Here switch state will be equal to reading, that means the switch state will become low now. But here you can see, if switch state equal to high means only your LED will toggle its state. So what will happen, even though you release the button, the LED will not toggle its state, because in the program we written that if switch state is high only, the LED will on. So this line of program will be change the switch state to low and last switch state to low, and same way reading also will be current state low. So whenever you press the switch again only, the LED will change its value. So now I am going to execute this program. So I am executed the same program. So now when I press the button, the LED is on. When I release the button, the LED is off. See, the LED will not off. So whenever I press the button again only, the LED will change its value. This is how the debounce logic works, and this is how we can avoid the more number of execution of the same program with for single press. So this you can see, the application is used in the petrol pumps. Petrol pumps, when they set the price or the liter values, they press the switches that are push button switches. So when if the debounce logic is not used in that program, if they set for example, if he press the button as 2 to set a rupees value as 200, if we press only one time the 2, the display will shows more than 5 numbers of 2s. So this should be avoided. So that's why we are using a debounce logic. So every time you press the button, only one value will be changed. So thanks for seeing this switch debounce. In the next video will be Arduino tutorial 7, and if you like this program, please subscribe and share. Thank you.